So we've all seen those YouTube channels that just seem to blow up overnight and get all these views and all these subscribers, and that can be really frustrating when we feel stuck and when our YouTube channel isn't growing. So in this video, Heather is actually going to be sharing one of her keynotes where she breaks down her 7-step formula for starting YouTube the right way.
Yeah, and a lot of people are telling you tactics like make better thumbnails and have good titles, and those things do matter. But if you don't have the right foundation in place, like I teach in this video, you won't have the strategy to get more views, get discovered, and get your message out there. So let's jump into the video. And so I'd love to share with you the 7-step equation to winning with video. Who's ready for the 7-step equation for winning with video? All right, you've got your notes ready because I like to do the work. I don't like to go to conferences and sip my latte and just kind of sit back. If I pay good money to be here, I want to get something out of it. And so I'm hoping that you're going to be taking notes during this entire presentation, and I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to be writing down things as we're going along. We're going to pause for a little bit during this presentation. I'm going to let you just think through some things. Because even if you are a seasoned business owner, even if you've been around the block or you're brand new, I think it's important that we write down these things often. And so I like to call this the clarity equation. Now, like I said, I am a homeschooling mom. We have 3 kiddos in our homeschool, and my daughter's here today somewhere. Oh, there she is right there. And so as any homeschool mom would do, we're going to make this our math lesson because that's what we like to do. We like to make things out in the world part of homeschool and check that off the box. So we're going to use an equation. Anyone remember algebra? Back in school, you remember algebra? Not my favorite subject, but we're going to go with it today. So I call this my clarity equation. We're going to solve this today, together. We're going to solve this together today. O plus R plus W plus G plus C, all multiplied by A equals P. Now let's go ahead and get started with O. We need to overcome our objections to video. We need to overcome them. And there's 3 major objections when we have clients that come to us. These are our 3. I don't have enough time. I definitely don't have enough money to go on this adventure. And I have no clue how to use a DSLR camera or have any idea what f-stop and frame rates and all these things that these photographers throw around. I have no clue what those things are. I am not skilled at this. Well, here's the thing. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. If you do not mark your time, someone else is going to take it. And so you need to be the one that's marking out what are you doing. So raise your hand if you have kids. Raise your hand if you have kids, nice and high. Okay, leave them up. Raise your hands if you also have a job. Raise your hand if you have a job. You don't have to have kids and a job, you can have one or the other. Raise your hand if you have a hobby. Raise your hand if you have ministry things that you do. Okay, look, everyone, look around. Everyone. Every single person in here has the same amount of time. We all have 24 hours. And I like to look at Chip and Joanna Gaines. I mean, anyone love Chip and Joanna Gaines? I'm obsessed with all of their stuff at Target right now. It's so cute, right? Chip and Joanna Gaines have the same 24 hours. They also have 4 kids. They run multiple businesses. They have TV shows. They help out charitable organizations. They're writing books. You know how they do it all? Because they prioritize their time. You need to stop managing your time and actually manage your focus. Because we all have the same 24 hours. So it's about managing your focus. Now, here are 3 ways that I learned as a young entrepreneur, as I started having kids and we started moving around the country and really just trying to figure out, how do I grow this business? How do I do all the things? Because I want to be a great mom and I want to be a great wife and I want to be able to grow a business. I know it's possible. The first thing I had to learn how to do was block my calendar. I had to own my calendar. This is so shocking to me. When we have clients come to us and I start going through a clarity workshop with them, I am shocked how many people do not plan their calendar. Now, yes, you probably plan like your work day, right? You're like, oh, I got a meeting at 9 and I'm gonna go to lunch with Joe at 12 and you have those things. But like, what are you doing with the rest of your time? How many shows are we binge watching? How many times are we scrolling through on the internet? That is the time that you need to be blocking. So you need to actually have real solid blocks of time from when you wake up in the morning until you lay your head down on that pillow. Every minute should be blocked because we're only here for a short amount of time. And I know that you have something that you need to give to people, and you can't do that if you're on Instagram. You cannot do that if you're scrolling Facebook or you're binge watching that next show. It is important that you use the minutes that you have right now to help the people that you want to serve. The second thing you need to do, and this, ladies, tell me if this is hard. It seems so hard for ladies, right? You have to say no. This is a hard one, right? Because your girlfriend's like, hey, you want to go for drinks? And you're like, I really do kind of want to, but I got to make that next blog post. Or, hey, my son's going to have another birthday party. What, again? Yeah, it was last year and it's coming around again. Like that happens all the time. This is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that you say yes to, you are saying no to your dream. Every time that you say yes to someone else's agenda, you are saying no to what you know is right here. You know it, it's right there, and you're saying no to your dream. So I challenge you this week, before you say yes to something, pause. Say, what am I saying no to? And the last thing is, you need to really prioritize what matters. So I'm gonna take just a second right now, and I want you to think, what matters? I have 4 main buckets that I operate off of. 1, my family. If it does not fit into the bucket of my family, I say no. The second, my business. If it is not going to move my business forward, yes, it might be nice, but is it going to move my business forward? I say no. The third bucket I have is my community. I love to serve in my community. So if it doesn't fit into that bucket, I say no. And lastly is our customers. If it is not helping me with my customers, like if it's not helping in some way, if I'm not able to give an hour of time here or help someone put a conference together or something like that, I say no. So I want you to really quick write out, what are your priorities?
Hey, if you're getting value out of this video, can you smash the like button? That would mean the world to us, but Heather's got a ton more value to share right now, so let's just get right back into it.
All right, so we've tackled time. Now we're gonna tackle money. Tackling money. When you think about getting into video, usually what pops into your head is, what camera do I buy? Well, you can go to YouTube right now and Google that. Sean's video will come up and we'd love to explain that to you. But here's the thing. This is what we normally think about when we think about getting into video, right? You need the camera, you need the lights, you need the backdrop, you need all the things, right? You need all the things. But, I want to do something real quick. Do you have a smartphone? If you have a smartphone, can you pull out your smartphone real quick? If you have a smartphone with you, just grab it. Just grab it. Hold it up really high, I want to see. This is not an Android versus iPhone, okay? It's okay, a smartphone of some kind. Awesome. All of you right there that just held that up, you hold the power to video in the palm of your hand. Congratulations, give yourself a round of applause. Really, that's all you need. All you need right there is your smartphone. We've already established this. Video is free. It's free. So let's get rid of the excuse that it's about the money, because it's not. It's about our idea of thinking we need to have the perfect video, not the video that's just giving content to the customers that need it. And the last thing is the skill. Raise your hand if this is your objection to getting into video. The skill. That's it, everyone else is doing video? Amazing, I love that. Remember, raise your hands nice and high. There we go. All right, so the skill. So I want to tell you a little story. 4 years ago, I actually never had a video online. 4 years ago, I was not the person in front of the camera. I was not the person standing on stage and speaking. That was just not me. But I knew that I needed to get into video. And so I decided to open up a Snapchat account. You know what Snapchat is? Raise your hand if you know what the platform Snapchat is. Okay, Snapchat is like Instagram's little sister who just couldn't figure out how to like get going. So Snapchat's really not where people are, but this is a good thing. This is a good thing. What I did is I opened up a Snapchat account, and here's the reason why. Because no one's on Snapchat. Really, that's why I did it. No one's on Snapchat. So I opened up this Snapchat account, and I decided that I was gonna make a story. A story is a series of 15-second videos. I was gonna make a story every day. I was gonna do 5 stories every day, and I was gonna tell a story through those 5 videos that I was posting. And so I did this, and I did it for 30 days. Then I decided to do it for another 30 days, and another 30 days. And here's why. Because when you first start out on video, your voice kind of sounds funny, right? Like when you first start out, you're like, that's what I sound like? What? I'm not high pitch. Apparently I am. Right? The second thing is like you're holding it and you're like, is that what I look like on film? So the point of doing the Snapchat challenge was that I just needed to get comfortable talking to the camera. I just needed to get comfortable telling a story. I needed to get comfortable being on that side of the lens. I was always a person on the other side, and so to put my face out there, my voice out there, and all of my flaws out there, that's why I did the Snapchat challenge. And you know what? I'm so grateful that I did because of that challenge and connecting with Sean and building this business that we have, I was able to now teach on film. And this is an amazing opportunity that we had to live teach to thousands of people, and our internet went down. Yeah, anyone have that happen? Yes. So we luckily went over to a friend's house and used his internet, and I am standing on a box. You'll see this, I'm in my socks standing on a box because Sean is 6'3" and I'm 5'5". So the camera didn't know who to focus on, so I got to stand on a box. That was fun. And you know what? I'm so grateful that I did that Snapchat challenge because then I was able to speak on stages. And I'm so grateful that I did that Snapchat challenge because now I go live on Instagram, I'll go live on YouTube. The people on the other side of the lens, they're just my friends now. I'm not scared of them anymore. And I'm so grateful that I did the Snapchat challenge because now we've built a community of entrepreneurs, thousands of entrepreneurs, and we're able to live teach to them every single month inside of our Inner Circle program. And I'm so grateful for doing the Snapchat challenge because now I interview entrepreneurs, just like Catherine of Stonecoat. And I'm just so grateful that I took that step and put myself out there and started to do video. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let fear hold you back. Now, yes, we can say it's time. Yes, we can say that it's money or that it's skill. But here's what it really is. Like if we get honest with ourselves, what it really is we're afraid of failing. And we're afraid of judgment. And that little girl inside in 6th grade that used to get teased, she's still in there. But you know what? If fear is what we're gonna let hold us back, we won't ever make progress. And I wanna speak to real quick all the women in this room right now. All the women in this room right now. It is a privilege. It is a privilege for us to be able to speak on camera. And let me tell you why. Because there were trailblazers before us. And we need to be the trailblazers for the generations of girls behind us that need to see that our voices matter. That the craft that we know that we have, it matters. And that we have something to bring to the world that's beyond just being inside the home. That we have something that they can follow in the footsteps of. If they don't see it, they won't know that they can do it too. So don't let fear hold you back. Don't let judgment of what you think it's gonna be like hold you back. I mean, let me just be honest. For like 4 days, this is crazy, I'm telling you this. For like 4 days, I worried about what I was gonna wear today. You know, like 4 days out of my life, I was like, should I wear heels? Should I wear a skirt? Should I look fancy? Should I wear a blazer? You know, I went like, ladies, come on, right? Yes, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I could have done with that time? I could have figured out what read aloud I wanted to read to my kids. I could have decided what next course I wanted to create for entrepreneurs just like you. I could have been sleeping. But instead, for 4 days, I worried about being judged. I worried about what were you going to think that I was thinking that you were thinking about what I was looking like here on stage. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is the message. And so I just challenge you to just get rid of those insecurities. Can we just let those go? Can we just decide right now in this room that we're going to step out, that we're not going to let fear hold us back any longer, that we are here to make a difference, that we have something inside of us that is for people? Are we going to make that commitment? Yes. All right, so we've solved the O in our equation. We're going to get right to the R of the equation. Kaylee, are you taking notes? Because this is school. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. Okay, so R is your reasons. And I love that Mike started with this today too, because really at the core of any business, it's the reasons why we're doing it. The core of every business is actually us knowing that we were struggling with something and that now we know that other people struggle with it and that we need to help them. That's really what it boils down to. So what's your why? What is your why for being in business? What is your why for creating what you create? What's the why? Here's my why. These 4 humans are the reason that I get up every morning and run a business. These 4 humans right here are my thing that gets me through the hard days. These 4 humans are the reason that I want to help entrepreneurs. I want my boys and I want my daughter to know that their mama knew in her heart that she was supposed to help people and that she did it. That's what I do. That's my reason why. Thank you. I'm not going to cry. So reasons come before results. Have you realized that? The reason that you're staying up late, the reason you're getting up early, the reasons that you're not going on that summer vacation this year, the reason that you've decided to step out and start a business, the reasons have got to come before results. Because there will be days that will be hard. There will be challenges in your life that are going to come up against you. And if you don't have those reasons drilled in, if they're not like deep in there, you're going to quit. That's what's going to happen. You're going to quit. And so the reasons have to come before results. So I want to take just a minute and I want you to label your 4 reasons you are in business. What are your 4 reasons that you are in business? So W, we need to define our who. Who's this for? Who are we creating for? Now, in any business, it's really important to define like kind of who you're doing business for. But in online business, to break through the noise with video, you gotta be super specific on who that is. And when I mean super specific, I mean that you can imagine a person in your mind. You know what they look like, you know where they live, you know their socioeconomic status, their family status, their income level, their skill level. You know the person. It's got to be a who in order to break through with video. So who is your person? Now here's the thing. If you try and reach everyone, you'll end up reaching no one. If you go out there and start making video and you try and reach everyone on the internet, we hear this all the time when we get clients, I want to reach everyone. Okay, if you try and reach everyone, you're not going to reach anyone. So I want you to define your avatar. Avatar is just another great way of saying your person. Rachel Hollis calls it her. You want to define your person. So here's our people. This is our person. This is a group of people at our business and marketing mastermind that we host every year in Las Vegas. And this is our her. This is our him. I say her and him because, well, there's Sean and Heather, and we both kind of, go to different types of people attracted to us for different reasons. But these are our people. This is our tribe. These are our people. And here's who they are. Here's my her. She's a smart entrepreneur. She's smart. She's not dabbling. She's ready to dominate. She just needs a guide. She needs a friend who's a little bit further ahead of her than she is in business. And she wants to know all the mistakes not to make. And she's a hustler, meaning she's a person who's a go-getter. And she's not really after the money of it. It's not about really the lights and the fame and that kind of thing. It's about impact. It's about impacting the world. She understands that investing in her future is smart, and she's purpose-driven. Her business has a purpose behind it. It's not just a business out there to make money. It is there to serve people. So, can you picture that person in your mind right now? Do you know who you're making the craft for? Do you know who your best customer is that you're like, if I only had that customer every time, that'd be amazing? That person, that's your her. So on social media, you need to define this. This is really important. This goes on your Instagram profile. This goes on your Facebook profile. This goes on your LinkedIn profile. This declares who you help and how you help them. So here's a very simple sentence. This is what we call our elevator pitch. I help blank do blank. I help fill in the person you serve. Entrepreneurs. Do what? Grow their business with video. Very simple sentence. Now, I don't mean to offend any business owners in here, but people actually don't care about your business. I know that's really hard to sometimes take because it's our baby, right? I've had it for this long and it's super important to me, but they actually don't care about your business. They care about how can you help me? That's what they care about. So here's some examples for you. This is Alexis. She's one of our members of our Inner Circle program, our program that we have at Think Media, and she is a tiny home builder. And so she helps tiny home enthusiasts achieve their goals of creating a more fulfilling lifestyle and home. That's her profile. So if you go to Alexis's Instagram page, you click on it and you'll be like, oh wow, Alexis helps tiny home enthusiasts. And this can go across any niche. This can be any business. This is Diego. He's a music teacher in Miami, and he helps kids specifically. See that? Kids. That's different than helping an adult. And he helps them learn how to play current songs, not old-fashioned songs, current songs with piano and guitar. And then there's my friend Nicole, and she's a pediatric occupational therapist, and she helps moms, very specific moms, enhance their child's development through education and fun learning activities. So here's your sentence. I help blank do blank. I help fill in the blank, do, you can change that around, do, grow, build, you can move that word around, but that's the gist of your sentence. So you're gonna take just a second and fill it in. I help blank, do blank. We've defined our objections. We know the reasons why we are in business. We know who we're in business for, and now we need to define the goal. Where are we going? Where are we supposed to be at the end of this journey? What does that look like? What's the next step that we need to be at? What's the next level in our business? What's the next financial level, the next customer level, the next, whatever your goal is, you define that for yourself. But we need to define what's the goal. If we don't know where we're going, if we don't know the destination, how are we gonna know when we get there? We don't just get in the car and just start driving and then just decide to stop somewhere. Usually there's a map, right? Like we know we're going from here to grandma's house in here, right? We know the stops along the way. If you're anything like me, I like to plan like every single stop. I like to fill everything in, but you know that destination. And if you're in business and you don't know what the goal is, well, how do you know if you're gonna get there? How do you know if where you are is where you need to be? So we need to define that goal. And here's a study by the Dominican University of California. They said 42%, you are 42% more likely to achieve your goals and your dreams simply by writing them down on a regular basis. So yes, I know that, New Year's comes once a year and we write down those goals like, well, I want to grow my business and I'd love to get more customers and I want my Etsy shop to be awesome. But you know what? That's not actually a goal. A goal is tangible. A goal has a number or has an ending point or has a destination. I want to start a YouTube channel and I want that YouTube channel to be to 100,000 subscribers. That's a goal. So you need to define it and you need to write your goals down on a regular basis. On a regular basis. They can't just stay in here because you are more likely to achieve them when you're writing them out. So this is what I want you to do. Tonight, your homework is to write out your goals. It is so important to know why you're doing it, but you also need to know where you want to go. And here's something I want you to know. Your goals matter. Your goals, the ones you set for yourself, they matter. It doesn't have to be your husband's goals. It doesn't have to be your sister's, best friend who thinks you should be doing this. No. It's your goal. You define it, and then you achieve it. So now we've defined our objections. We know the reasons we're in business. We know who we're serving. We know where we're going. And now we need to start creating some content. Because just like Mike said, the more free content we can start to put out in the world, the more customers we will actually attract. If they don't know where you are or how to find you or how you can help them, they're not going to know that you sell something, right? Just like Mike said when he said he was able to start selling on his shop because he made a free video, that's what we need to do. And we like to not overcomplicate this. When we're coaching clients, we want this to be super simple. So I need you to get your pens ready because this is what your content strategy is going to be. Are you ready for your 2019 content strategy? Yes? Okay, good. Just want to make sure you're awake and ready for it. All right, here you go. This is your content strategy. You're going to create your content strategy on a napkin. You remember that? Like you're at a restaurant and you're like, ooh, I got that idea. And you like write it down, you get that piece of paper out or like the back end of a check because that's all you have. That's what your content strategy is going to be. You're going to write it out on a napkin. And here are the two main pieces of content that you need. You only need two. You need main content and then you need supportive content. You need main content and supportive content. Once you define what your main content is, your supportive content is to do exactly what that word says, support the main content. So here's what we do. We recommend that you have a show on YouTube. We recommend you have a show on YouTube. Why? Because YouTube is a search-based engine. And Sean's gonna get up after me and he's gonna go through YouTube for you. But we recommend that you choose a platform online that people who are asking questions, they can find you on the other side of their questions. So you want to pick a platform, and we are huge on your main content being YouTube, being video form. And then you want to choose your supportive platform. You want to choose your supportive platform. Now, you're going to create a video on YouTube, and then you're going to post a supportive piece of content on one of the other platforms. Don't get overwhelmed. You don't need to choose all 4 platforms. You need to choose Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Pinterest. Now, if you are growing and you have a team, then absolutely start going to more platforms. But if you are a solopreneur, if you're doing this thing by yourself, you do not need to be everywhere on the internet. You need to be in 2 places, on YouTube, and one other platform. So if your business is going to be running advertising, you want to be targeting people on the internet, Facebook might be your option. And here's why. Because you can say in your advertising, I would love to target men who love woodworking and also make over $100,000 a year. You can do that with Facebook advertising. So if that's the type of business you want to be in, then Facebook is it. If you're a crafter or you need to show your craft, Instagram might be the place you want to be. That's more of a magazine style platform. Now, this one is amazing. LinkedIn. If you are a person who needs to speak to decision makers, then LinkedIn is where you need to be. If you have a business where you want to be the person who helps the decision makers buy your products, LinkedIn is where you want to be making your supportive content. And then lastly, Pinterest. Now, Pinterest is unique also because it is a search-based platform. I don't know if you're anything like me, but I lived on Pinterest for about a year because that was an amazing thing. You could just pin all day long and you could make your life and it would look so pretty. But here's the thing, it really drives sales. Pinterest is a search-based platform. So when someone's thinking about how do I crochet a blanket, they're going to two places, YouTube, Pinterest. That's where they're going to figure out how to do that craft. So that is your napkin strategy. You are going to do a show on YouTube and you're going to pick one supportive platform. Now, the question probably is, well, how many times do I post and what does that look like? And right? All those questions are starting to come to mind. Here's the thing, don't overcomplicate it. Make it simple. I'm gonna post one video a week on YouTube and I'm gonna post one time a day on that platform. That's it. You're gonna start there. That's where you start. If you walk into this content platform and this content strategy and you're like, okay, I need to post 7 times a day on Facebook, I need to do 2 things on this, I need to create 7 videos a week, I need to go live over here, I need to do this over there, then when are you gonna have time to run your business, right? So we need to start it simple. These are like building muscles. You have to work your way up to posting more and more. And then you think, well, what type of content do I post? The type of content that your customers want to see. Mike was starting with a camera that wasn't even at 480. What? I can't even believe that, right? But he was posting what his customers wanted to see. So you start testing. All social media is a testing ground. You post something here and you ask them, hey, did you like that? You post something here and you say, hey, did you like that? You post something here and you say, hey, did you like that? See how that pattern was? I post something and then I ask them. It's called social media, folks. Let's be social. Let's start asking our customers, what do you want to see? Did you like this video? Do you like this kind of thing? Do you want to see more of this? What type of things do you like? Start asking them questions. And then you'll start to figure out exactly what you should be posting for your business. So we have now defined our objections, our reasons, our who, and our content strategy. And now we're gonna multiply all of that by action. Can you say action? Action. Can you say action just a little louder? Action. Great, because that is actually what's gonna move you forward. All the other things are great. We can write down on our papers all we want, right? We can watch videos and we can pretend like we're gonna move ourselves forward because we went to this and we did this and we do that. But actually what it's gonna do, it's gonna have us avoid this, the hustle, the work. We gotta actually start to put in the work on all those things that we wrote down, right? Because your business doesn't just grow, you actually have to take action. And you don't just have to take little action, you have to take massive action. Massive action. All right, so here are my 5 steps that we coach people through how to take massive action. 1, we need to define the outcome. Where are we going? That's our goal. So we've defined how do we take massive action? We gotta define where am I trying to go? Okay, I wanna get a YouTube show. Okay, I wanna get a YouTube show. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, number 2, we need a brainstorm. And this is my favorite part. This is where you get to like get your cup of tea, and you get to sit down, you get your journal out, and your favorite pen, and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna write. I'm gonna brainstorm everything. What all do I need to do? Everything. This isn't where you hold back. This is where you just go and you write and you write and you write and you write. And you're like, all right, I need to get a cover. Okay, and I need to do this. All right, well, I should interview this person. I need to do this, right? All those things. You write down everything. And then you shorten that process. If you are trying to get to that goal, it's not going to be the fancy things that are going to get you there. It's going to be taking massive action. And I remember when I decided to run my first half marathon. And I was so excited because I was like, I'm going to do this. I just had a baby, and I was like, I'm going to get that body back. That's what I'm going to do, okay? So I'm going to run a half marathon. And I'd never run before. I actually hated running. So I don't really know why I decided a half marathon was the way I was going to do it, but I was like, whatever, that's what I see all these other girls doing, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to run a half marathon. And so this is what I did. I went to Target, and I was like, that's cute. And then, so I got the best outfit, right? And then I was like, yes, I got the outfit. Okay. And then I was like, well, I don't really have running shoes. So I've got to go try on running shoes. And so I went to the running shoe store, and they put me on this treadmill, and they were like, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay, so you've got like kind of flat feet, so you need these kind of shoes. And I was like, well, I don't really like these. Do you have them in purple? And they're like, no, we have to order them. And I was like, okay, you have to order them. That's cool. All right, so it'll be a week. Okay, no worries. Okay. So I got the outfit, and I got the shoes, and I was like, well, it's kind of hot. Like, it's hot outside. I don't really like running outside because I actually don't really even like running. And so I should probably get a gym membership, right? I should get a gym membership. So I went to the gym, and I sat with the guy, and he walked me through, and he's like, you could do this month or a year. And I was like, I don't need a year. I'm only training for a half marathon. Let's not go to a year, a commitment, all right? And so then I had the outfit, and I had the shoes, and I had the gym membership. And then I was like, well, what time do I run? Okay, well, I gotta work from 9 to 3, and then I gotta take Keely here, and I gotta do this. Okay, so I'll start training. When do I start training? 3 weeks from now I have an opening? Okay, so I'll start training 3 weeks from now. So I did all these things, right? But here's the thing. I actually wasn't running. I wasn't running at all. How do you get to the goal of running a half marathon? You run, right? You put on your shoes that you already own, you put on your headphones, you rock out to Beyonce, and you get on that track. That's how you start running. And so I wrote down all my brainstorm ideas, all the things I needed to start running my half marathon. But what I actually needed to do was just start running. So yes, the brainstorming is important, but then we need to get to the next step, which is how do I shorten the process? What is actually the thing, when I look at this list, what is the thing that's actually gonna move me forward? And then we need to get rid of perfect. I see so many entrepreneurs holding back because they need it to be perfect. And perfect is just the excuse that I am scared. Perfect is a facade. We all know that it's never going to be perfect. So I want you to write this down. I am going to start messy. I am going to start messy. You know why? Because you just achieved your goal, right? You're gonna start messy. It's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be the way that you want it to be when you first start. I can tell you so many times when you just want it to be perfect and you're like, you know what? I am going to start messy. And then you just do it. You take action. And the last thing you're gonna do when you take massive action is you're gonna remember your reasons. Why am I taking massive action? Why am I saying no to going to Cancun? Why am I not doing these things that I really think I should be doing, but I'm really staying up late and I'm just pounding the coffee? It's because you have reasons for doing this. It's because you know that if you take massive action, that a year from now, you could be in a totally different place. So So that is our steps for taking massive action.
Okay, so we just finished up point number 6 in Heather's talk, and we're gonna get to number 7 in just a second, but I wanted to just share something really cool with you that'll help you succeed faster on YouTube. You know, at the beginning of the video, we talked about the fact that tactics like titles and thumbnails really don't matter if you don't have a solid foundational strategy, and that's what this video is all about. But then once you're putting those things in place, you do need the latest viral growth strategies that are working right now. It's the 1-2 punch of success on YouTube. And so actually, if you want to dive into those, I have a free 1-hour masterclass. It's a web class where I break down the best ways to get views and subscribers on YouTube right now. So to check that out, just go to tubeinfluence.com, or I'll put a link to it in the description below as well. And I also want to pass the question off to you. Are you already started on YouTube, and how long have you been on YouTube, or have you not started your channel yet? Let me know in the comments section, and let's jump back into the video for point number 7.
All right, so we have now defined our objections. We know our reasons. We know our who. We have our goal. We have our content strategy. We are multiplying that by massive action, and we are going to have the answer to our equation. We now have a plan. You have a plan. You have a plan for dominating with video. But Heather, what about the camera? I don't care. You're going to start. That's right. Heather, I don't really have time. That's okay. You're going to start. There we go. So we now have a plan. We know the objections to time, to money, to skill. We know the reasons we're in business. We know who we're in business for. We know our goal of where we are trying to go. We know the content, main content, supportive content, and we're going to take massive action. And remember, this is not easy, but it's simple. It's all in that simple equation. Right there. You have it in your notebook right now. You can start taking massive action today on your dreams. And the other day, we took our family on a kayak trip. And this was really special for me because in the last 60 days, we've brought another little one into our home. You saw 3 kids on the screen there. And it has taken us 10 years to bring 3 kids into our home. I'm sorry, 10 years to bring a third into our home. I was told at 18 I would never have children, that I had a condition, that it was going to be hard, and that I would lose babies. And I lost babies. And then I had 2 beautiful babies. And we knew that having another baby probably wasn't in the cards for us. And so we are a family of faith, and we prayed, and we prayed, and we prayed for another child. Because I know that our family is supposed to be bigger than 2. I know as a mother that I'm supposed to have multiple children, arms full. And I only had 2, which I was so grateful for. But for our family, we didn't know how. We didn't know how it was going to happen, or what this journey was going to look like for us. And so when we got a call to say yes, we said yes. And we brought another little guy into our home. And we don't know how long he's going to be here, but we're going to love him while he is. And this week was our first weekend where we were able to, as a family, do my favorite sport, which is kayaking. And I got to be in the kayak with my little guy. And kayaking is such a unique sport. And I say sport because my husband is in the audience, and we argue that kayaking is a sport, not a leisure activity. Because if you've been kayaking, raise your hand if you've been kayaking before, that is some hard work, right? So we argue back and forth, but I'm gonna say sport, honey, okay? So we're on this adventure. We're out on the water doing my favorite sport. And it's me and our little guy in the kayak. And it's supposed to be a 2-person kayak, but it is a 2-person kayak and 2 people are supposed to be rowing, but really it's just me with an extra 60 pounds trying to row. And I love kayaking because you're so close to the water, you're like floating on the water. And I love solo kayaking. In this instance, I had him with me to experience this together. And when I was out on the water, we were out on Lake Mead, and I'm rowing, and I'm rowing, and I'm rowing, and got me thinking that this is kind of like building a business. It's just you and the boat. You may have passengers on board, but you're the one doing the rowing. And every time you push through, every video you create, every new product that you create, it gives you a little bit momentum, a little bit more, right? And you keep rowing, and you keep rowing, and you're like, I want to go all the way out there. And it's far, and you're just going. You're not a speedboat, you're just going. And you're just rowing, and you're rowing, and you're rowing. And that's what this experience, going online, building your business, is gonna feel like. You may be able to rest, right? I know I need to when I'm kayaking, my shoulders get a little, and so I need to just kind of set it there for a minute. But then what happens? Boat starts to slow down. If you're not driving the boat, if you're not rowing, it's gonna stop. No one is gonna make your dreams come true other than you. You have unique gifts and talents and experiences that make you so unique, that make the thing that you are bringing to the world completely unique. There is no competition. You have greatness inside of you. I believe this. I believe that you would not have come to Las Vegas. You would not have left your businesses and your families and your home. You would not have come here if you did not already know, right? You already know. It's in there. It's right in there. And I believe that you have greatness inside of you. You are braver than you believe. And you are stronger than you seem. And you are smarter than you think. Thank you.